In our first story, the Speaker of Parliament, Professor Michael Quay, is urging civil society groups not to interfere in parliamentary procedures on the passage of the RTI bill. He has set February 2019 as the new deadline for passing the bill. It's official that now Parliament has broken its promise of passing the law by the end of the year, despite the massive public pressure. The House went on recess over the weekend with the bill still under consideration. Joseph Opoku-Gakpo brings you a wrap of what transpired during Parliament's final sitting.
In his closing remarks, Professor Michael Quay insisted MPs are not dragging their feet over approval of the bill.
We have done 80% of the work already, and we'll finish the bill fully, I believe, and professionally on or before the end of February 2019. The public should please trust us and leave us alone for now to do a good job. We are committed to passing the bill and we are working towards it. No civil society organization should at this belated hour jump on our backs and pretend as if they are the people who are interested in the passing of this bill.
In other business, Parliament passed the Appropriation Act giving government the approval to spend about 78.7 billion Ghana cedis in the year 2019. Out of this amount, 22.8 billion Ghana cedis is going into the payment of compensation for employees, and 18.6 billion Ghana cedis will be used to pay interest on existing loans. The House also passed the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2018 to ensure the country's budget deficit each year does not exceed 5% of GDP. The law says Parliament will have the right to, by a vote of censure, remove the Finance Minister if this happens.
Economy, it's well done. Mr. Speaker, we are also introducing for the first time potential censures on the Finance Minister in the event that certain rules are broken.
It also approved the Excise Amendment Act, and now tax stamps will be fixed on textiles to ensure importers pay all necessary taxes. The House again approved a $300 million loan for Cocoa Board to raise additional funds. The House also passed the enhanced controversial Ameripa agreement laid last month by Energy Minister Peter Amewu.
It is also important for the House, Mr. Speaker, to recognize that this negotiation is a forward-looking negotiation, and it was just looking at the 2.5 years ahead. It is therefore wrong for any member to compare the 7 million savings on an equipment cost of 510 million. It should rather be compared to 255 million because it's a 2.5 years negotiation.
Two legislative instruments to allow for the operationalization of the Office of the Special Prosecutor were also approved by the House. MPs raised concerns about why the Special Prosecutor will have to vet and approve of spouses of staff at the office. The House eventually adjourned sitting at 12:05 a.m. on Sunday morning after sitting for about 13 hours. 2 hours earlier, tempers flared as Minority Chief Whip Muntaka Mubarak told the House MPs were tired and frustrated after long hours of sitting. But Majority Leader Oseiche Mensah-Bonsu rejected the claim.
Once we are frustrated out of the businesses that he has overloaded, he should not be talking the way he is doing. But I'm also telling him on record, there had never been a Saturday that this House sat up to this time. For over the past 2 decades, Saturday that this House sat up to this time. He should be more concentrated because he is leading this House. He has packed this business, so he should be pleading with us. But we have every right to show our frustration.
Mr. Speaker, respectfully, let nobody suggest to us that this House, in the passage of appropriation bills, has never gone beyond 10 p.m. Let nobody say so. Mr. Speaker, we need to be truthful to ourselves. It should not be misconstrued that this is the first time this is happening. It's regrettable.
The House has gone on break and will resume at the end of January. For JoyNews, Joseph Opoku-Gakpo reporting.
The founder of Treasure of Life Foundation, lawyer Francis Xavier Sosu, has bemoaned the lack of concentration by government on policies that affect vulnerable children. He indicated government's failure to make adequate budgetary allocation for vulnerable children in the 2019 budget. He was speaking to JoyNews during an end-of-year party for children in the areas around Medina, Agbogloshi, and the Kukumbaya markets. Well, they also include children living with HIV/AIDS.
It is the obligation of this government to take care of our children. Honestly, I am looking forward to see how much budgetary allocation the government made for the 2019 budget to take care of vulnerable children in this country. Because this year we have had a lot of reports of violation of children. And I know that the Department of Social Welfare has always cried that the reason why they haven't been very effective is because of budgetary constraints. I don't know whether our governments are committed to addressing the issues of social disconnect. It's like there is a disconnection of policy with the downtrodden in this country. And I am challenging the government that they need to increase budgetary allocation for these most vulnerable children in our society. Because let us all take it. Look, the progress of a nation is determined by how well we take care of our most vulnerable in our society. So if we tout economic figures, IMF says that we are doing so well. And yet, when you walk through the street of Accra, we still have very vulnerable children in our society. When you walk through the cities of Accra, we still have children like this who don't have 3 square meals a day and who would have to rely on, benevolence before they can eat a day. It means that our governments need to stand up and to step up their obligation towards children.
And the Treasure of Life Foundation is currently taking care of some 44 children living with HIV/AIDS. Mr. Susu is appealing for support to establish a resource center to provide proper and permanent care for these children. Well, let's move on. And residents along the banks of the Abuabu drain, also known as Pelele, in Kumasi, have debunked suggestions by government that dredging of the drain has halted flooding in the area. At President Akufo-Addo's media encounter on Wednesday, Inner City and Zongo Development Minister Mustafa Hamid made a claim in response to a question on the subject. The minister's comment has apparently attracted a backlash from various quarters. Prince Apia has been speaking with some residents and has filed this report.
After the Pelele drain was dredged back in April, it is back to its old state, choked with plastic bins, polythene bags, feces and sand dew. As a result, some structures here cannot be occupied by anybody. Chakapama and his friends live close to the drain. They are not happy with the comment from the Zongo minister.
As long as I'm saying here, even you yourself as a journalist, you come and meet me, see here. Government do it, you may say no. But the only thing I know, for the 7 months back, our current MCE, Alhaji Ali Seidu, did desilted the sand and off it to another place. Apart from that, nobody. And secondly, we know the government has appointed newly Zongo minister, Mustafa Hamid. He came here only once. So he doesn't know anything pretending about this Pelele. Unless we, the researchers area, these members of this area, that only we can tell him what is going on within the Pelele. But somebody far away distance cannot tell him anything. So we know how suffered. Because when this flooded comes, you see many raptors on our rooms and our verandas, all corner. So the only thing that I can say, the thing we know, Mr. Halil Seidu, the MCE, did his best. But the high rankers, we don't know what they did. As the Mustafa Hamid said it, he's telling us lie. That's the only thing I can say.
Tracing inside
our room, so inside our room.
We long far to the Pelele, but the water is coming back up to inside our rooms. Why? We are fishless here. We are not fishless here. We are people like them.
People like them. The last rain.
Bridge in a say on we are my. bridge in disturb the whole above. Almost me a bridge in there. It's only now I think these are all the problems of the bridge.
Their plea is that government should find a lasting solution to the situation. Prince Apia, report.
And the Christmas edition of the Joy FM Family Party in the Park took place over the weekend at the Legon Botanical Gardens. Hundreds of families thronged the venue to de-stress and participate in some fun activities just to usher in the Christmas and New Year activities. In case you missed it, well, here are some highlights brought to us by Sarah Josu.
This is how this year's Joy FM Family Party in the Park went down. Families and individuals who were at the event participated in many activities including spelling bee, dancing and cooking competitions. The highlight of this year's event for participants like New Love Kwame J was the opportunity to get up close and personal with his favorite on-air personalities from Joy FM.
There was something I saw which was very touching. I saw Joy FM panelists, Joy FM icons helping arrange the place. Even the table I'm sitting on now, I think Kojo Youngson, Emmanuel Ato, and Co actually arranged the table for me. So my question was, oh, can I sit down? So guys, go around and sit down. And I was so amazed. I was touched. The way they were so humble, came down on earth, or came down to earth and surprised me. I mean, it was fun. It was nice seeing the likes of Doriando, I mean, serving me, so to say, in my heart or my cup, whatever you call it, and it's beautiful. I think Joy FM is a great team.
Some patrons shared their experience with Joy News.
It's lively, it's interesting. Every year I come with the family and we are happy with it. We are happy about it. I mean, it brings the family together and we find it very interesting. In fact, we never miss it. Every year we are here with the family. Every year they keep on adding new events, so it's good.
It's a good thing to be done every year. Last year I heard of it, but I couldn't make it. But this year I decided that I have to come with my family. And it's a very good thing. I encourage all parents to make it a point. Anytime they hear any program like this, they should make it a point.
In fact, it's a great event. Every family, in fact, we work throughout the week, get so exhausted. Let's come, de-stress, and meet other families. In fact, I've met a lot of families that I have never met before. So it's a good opportunity for families to come once in a while to meet other families who actually participate. So.
General Manager Sales for the Multimedia Group, David Max Fuga, expressed his satisfaction at the turnout and hinted of the company's decision to scout for a bigger venue to accommodate the growing number of participants in future.
So far, so good. I must say that we've achieved our objectives and our clients are happy, our patrons are happy. And once these people are excited, I think we've achieved our objectives for the day. The latter house will always be greater than the former. And so people should expect a bigger and a better event next year. Obviously, Joy FM Party in the Park has outgrown this venue. And so we are looking at a bigger venue to be able to accommodate all our will-be patrons for next year.
Patrons of the Christmas edition of the Joy FM Party in the Park also went home with a lot of freebies from the sponsors. For Joy News, Sarah Josu.
And that's it for the news wrap up this morning. We'll have more news. We'll be looking at the front and back pages of the few newspapers we have in the studio. But I tell you, this whole edition is kick-starting our Christmas and New Year week. It's a special edition of the AM show. We hope that you're going to enjoy it. Come Ye Faithful is the next rendition by Alfred. Do enjoy it.
Joyful and triumphant. not created. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exaltation. Sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning. Jesus, to thee be glory. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Oh, come, let us